today we're going to be doing a first look at the EF-24G. We're going to be re-recording this video because I had some audio issues first time around. So, we're going to take a look at some of the new weaponry that we get, and to start off, we have the AN-ALQ-254 jammer, multi-band radar jammer with multiple attack and defense modes, powered by a built-in ram air turbine, making it so that way you don't need to run your APU while the aircraft is in the air, so that way you don't run out of power. We also have the AGM-160J decoy jammer missile. Basically, this thing is a beautiful new tool set. So it allows for two-way data links so it can report RWR contacts. It has three different modes: cold, decoy, and jammer. So you'll be able to see those a little more once we get into game. But then we also have the AIM-54, the Phoenix, the long-range air-to-air missile everybody has been waiting for. Absolutely beautiful, massive flash fragmentation. If enemies are close enough together, you can actually kill them. Multiple enemies with one shot. Right, so now here in the cockpit in the front seat, we're going to go ahead and turn on our autopilot just to keep everything moving for us. Take a nice look around so you can get acquainted with it. So, to start off, we have a touchscreen display. We have a touchscreen display just like in the F-45, and a few new options. Between XMIT, frequency azimuth, and I think that was all, huh? And there. So, these are the new options. We have our transmit for our jamming pods, our XMITs to see what bands of radars are attacking us, and this will actually show which each band of radar so you know where to jam. Next, in the cockpit, we have a few different things that are kind of nice. We have adjustable throttle height. We have the adjustable swept wings right there. You can set them in automatic or manually move it if you want to be going. Or leave it in automatic mode. We have our battery power here, fuel tanks, and nozzle position. So this is, if I remember correctly, this is going to represent how open the nozzles are in comparison to how closed they are, just like if you're giving it full beans or not. We have two different modes, air-to-air and air-to-ground, so you'll have to get used to switching between the two when attacking different targets. So we have a TSD, and I'll go ahead and put my arms on. So if we're in air-to-ground mode, we just cannot select our air-to-air weapon to attack, so, and vice versa. We also have an EW warfare mode, which just makes it so that way our sensors are almost exclusively on EW, and all of our input controls are on EW. We have our jettison here, and jettison button there, just similar to the F-45s. Radio and comm stuff all right ahead of us. And we're going to go ahead and switch over to the back seat and show you a little bit about that. So here in the back seat, get the displays on, harmonics. Here in the back seat, we don't actually have any flight control. We just have these two, which are going to allow us to control weaponry and our screens. So, as you can see here under our jammer, we can cycle through everything by using our buttons. Cycling through our modes. Ah, there we go. Cycle power. So as we grab our things, you can see that our tooltips here are popping up showing exactly what we're doing, able to change our transmission power, our transmission bands, if we're in the right mode, high, medium, low. And then over on this one, this allows us to switch weaponry, do all that fun controlled stuff. Under the decoy panel, I'll show that a little bit before we leave, but decoys can only be launched through this decoy panel here. They won't be under our armament if we did have them. They have a few different modes: cold, noise, and decoy. They also have GPS waypointing. You can set them up with pass. Navigation, they can go off of TSD targets. Everything's in. There isn't too much different from the front seat, just from the extra panel and whatnot, and no flight controls here. So your Wizzo has to rely on you. We're going to go ahead and switch back to the front seat. We're going to talk a little bit about the radar. So now that we have our
autopilot disengaged,
visor down, let's go over to radar, and we're going to turn our radar on. And here we have HUD mode. So this is going to show us where our radar is scanning, and we can actually control it using the left and right thumbsticks. So under screen interest, our right thumbstick is going to control our range and scan angles. So as you see, as we're pulling back, it's changing, and then as we push to the right, we can scan left and right, and also changes our scan angle if you go far enough left and right. And now with the left hand on the throttle, we can use our thumbstick up and down to change elevation that we're scanning.
autopilot disengaged.
So, now we're gonna show off the AIM-54 a little.
Shoot.
There we go. Alrighty. And
Shoot.
Fox 3.
Shoot.
We've sent it. Alright, and once that gets a little closer, we'll see what it looks like. But until then, we're going to track its flight and see about its speed and whatnot. So it's currently doing almost Mach 3, just as I say that. Get a quick look at how this missile looks like.
Pitbull.
You can see that thing's coming in hot. It's doing Mach 4. And as you can see, that blast fragmentation warhead scratched all 3 of those hostiles. Very large missile, very powerful. And the way those things take off, beautiful. Go ahead and stop that for a second. They do require a radar lock, unlike an AIM-120. Radar off.
Shoot.
As you can see, I could fire that, but if I had another one of these, it wouldn't be telling me shoot.
Pitbull.
Alright, Mach 4. Almost going to be doing Mach 4.5 by the time it hits. Oh, I think it missed. It did!
Shoot.
Can't be perfect every single time.
Pitbull.
Bonk. Alrighty, well, I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you've enjoyed this look at the new aircraft, and I hope this new video without all the audio issues is a lot better. This aircraft is wickedly quick. As you can tell, we're at 23,000 feet doing 600 knots, Mach 1.47, and diving. It's beautiful. I love it. Sensor fusion. It's like a mix of the F-45 and the F-26B. It's FA-26B. It's just beautiful. But if you've enjoyed this video, do me a favor, throw me a subscription. We're growing quite well right now. I think we're at 310 subscribers or 320 subscribers last time I checked, which is a far shoot from where we were just even a month ago. So, thank you to everybody who subscribed. I hope you all have a wonderful day.